Hey everybody, welcome back to Champ and Sons as we are here in our Planet Coaster series that we started a while back on live stream, so you would see a lot of stuff recorded for it. I did have to take some time off just because what we did realize is that a lot of problems we were having with stuff like bit rate and all that causing freezing within our stream. It was really probably, I guess, just because my computer wasn't good enough in all reality. So we are kind of at this point. I did get a new computer, so I'm really hoping that does help out with it. I really do hope that helps out. And I think it's going to. Everything does seem to be running better and smoother, but we are still just right here at the very beginning of the stream, so God only knows what that's going to end up being like, right? So for those of you who have not seen it on the videos on the channel when we were posting them, we've got a couple different areas set up, right? So we have our main parking lot segment. We got a general entrance kind of area. And then we quickly put in a couple different coasters pretty fast. The RMC right here, our little hybrid coaster, that took us a little bit to get going. Had to do a couple reiterations of it, but it worked out pretty well for us in the end. And then we have our B&M wing coaster over here as well. So I think stuff really came together in this Viking section. And I didn't intend for this to be a Viking area. It just kind of happened with the first ride we placed in the park, which was the swinging ship. It just kind of ended up working out that way. So, it's one of those things that kind of is what it is, but kind of deal with it as you go and make adjustments. So we did. We made adjustments to the park, and it just dawned on me, my screens, when I moved my computer, I think they're still on my external hard drive. I'm going to have to put these from my old computer. I'm going to have to put those back in because I have lost those now. But that's okay. That happens. Minor little hiccups, not too big of a deal. So we went from this Viking area over to a kind of Mediterranean area. And obviously, one of the first things we ever did was we ended up putting up the little RMC single rail. That's what we got going, was the RMC single rail. So that works out pretty well for us in the end. It's not something that I'm too stressed about in reality. I think we can do a pretty decent job with it. It is just going to be one of those things that it fits pretty well for now. I don't know how we're going to do with it coming in from connecting over to the new area on this side of the park, right? So we are going to have to keep a watch on that. But that's just one of those ways that it goes, you know what I'm saying? And then we came over and we built this little port area section. So this area was pretty fun to build, actually. It ended up not taking too many episodes. I think it probably took two in reality, but it is just pure flat rides. And these were set up like Mediterranean port piers. As you can tell, you have the little ferry boats coming up next to them. These are rock jetties essentially coming off. So I think it did work out pretty well for us in the end on that. It's just one of those things that I don't know. I do like how it turned out. And then the last thing we did was right here with our. It was right here with our little tube ride, I guess, or river rapids ride, I guess you could call it. Oop, let me get that out the way. And that's where, we ended up doing a, let's see, stream bit rate. Let's open that widget up. Alright. Might have to change some of the bitrate settings on this thing now. Okay. Well, it looks like it's doing okay for the moment. So I'll deal with that as it is. But we got this River Rapids ride done, pretty much set in kind of ancient Greece, essentially. So inside here, you have the Medusa area. Coming up over, you'll come around, and then you come up into this, and here you got this little raging bull feller, more centaur kind of like segment. So we've got that going too. So we've got that there. And this is going to be a little entrance kind of archway segment for when we get into it. I just don't know if we are going to, when we're going to get to that portion, but I definitely kind of want to get this area finished up. And in reality, this is the last segment we got to get finished for the most part. It's just a little dining nook, dining area. So we do have the restaurants put in. We've got our little bistro, which I think, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to completely probably change this thing up. The outside, but I'm definitely not going to do it right now, to say the least, okay? We are going to change it up. I'm just not going to do it right now. Why does it keep closing that? Hold on. Give me a second, folks. It's going to pop up once more again. Just took it a second. Okay. All right. So I'm just not changing it right now. I probably will in the end to fit more of the Mediterranean feel, but hey, you know what? We'll keep it as it is. So what we are going to be doing here today in this episode right now is we are going to be looking at putting in kind of a gift shop segment. That's what we're really wanting. That's what I was really thinking about putting in here, and I think it would really kind of round out the area, essentially. So one thing I have learned is let's flatten this spot out, for God's sakes. And I don't want to make it too large. I really don't. I think we might have to end up being a little bit larger in the end. But if I can avoid it, I will. Alright, let me just see. What kind of mythology? Yeah, that's right. We'll go to mythology theme. Boom. Alright, so we got our mythology theme. We're here. Oh, crap. Let me try that again. Angle snap. For anybody who's ever seen any one of my streams, I am not very good at lining stuff up. And actually, this doesn't even look to be lined up correctly. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put this in here. And then we're going to make adjustments from that. Because, yeah, you can already tell it's off kilter. But that's okay, In fact, I'm probably actually... Let me... So if I were to go 4 across... Yeah... I just add that there? I did. That's on me. Alright, that's my mistake. Let me fix that. Let me gonna put that here. And then that there. Alright, done. Slide that over. Yeah, I think we should be good to go there. We should be, right? That's what I'm thinking. Alright, so we have this building in. Now, all I am going to do is let's go 3 rows back on each side. Now this is actually pretty massive. Don't be mistaken. This is going to be pretty freaking huge, people. Okay? So we're going to try to fill this up on our own. Because, yeah, this is really big. Originally I said don't want it to be too big. Well, you know what? I've made it too big. So there you go, folks. Welcome to my world. This is how I roll. And I just made it 1 extra spot bigger. So that's cool. Alright, so we've got that in. Now what I've got to do is this. Boom. Separate you from the building. Let's see if I can line you up. One more. Line you up. And yeah, alright. Alright, so we got this going. Boom. Boom. Alright, so there's that one in. Same thing on this side. Double entendre it up, folks. Double entendre it up. That's what I say. Split it from the building. Boom. So that double access point, I think I've mentioned it before, it's nice. Like, I like being able to grab both when I want to, but man, sometimes it just grabs it too quick for my liking. Alright, so that is going to be in there. Now then, let's start thinking about this. Let me go ahead and set up to edit. So, obviously I think I need to put these in. Which actually, if I were to put that in, I could put one in here. And here. Every two. See, now we're talking. Now we're working through this together, people. That's what's called teamwork right there. Boom. Boom. And then, yeah, I left that edge. So, you come right down. Yeah. Put that right in the middle of each. And I think what I'm going to actually do for this one is I haven't put... So some buildings end up being pretty dark. Like if you look at those restaurants over there on the inside. So they've got the windows up front, but they are still pretty damn dark. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they really are. And what I think I want to do is actually... Let me edit this. Let me come back over here. I think I want to turn these into windows. Yeah. That would make it pretty damn tall, though, if I really wanted to do that. You know what? We're going to do it, though. This is how we live our life, folks. Split-second decisions. That's just how I roll. Move up. Back over here. That is not the same, is it? That is not the same. Why would y'all do this to me? Like, how is that an arch extension? You tell me that. It's because it's not. That's how. I could just put that in there. That looks kind of weird, though. Let's be honest. It does. So here's what we are going to do. There has got to be a way, folks. And I think I know that way. Let me find... Is it this gun? No, definitely not that one. Here it is. Align to surface. Yeah, that is the one. Beautiful. I don't have the very good with the sleight of touch, so I make do with what I can. Alright, so that sticks out a little too wide, so that's going to shrink it down. Alright, what are you now? Yeah, that works, I think. That'll do. That'll do. I'm gonna move that over to John. The downside is just not as thick as the other walls, but that's okay. That's okay. We can make do, folks. We can make do, and we will. Just how we roll. Oh, yeah, that really is a lot thinner. I wonder, though. If I did do that, let me make it just a little bit. No, it's still going to be thinner. Like, there's no getting around that. It just still will be. That's okay, though. That's okay. We got this. We have got this. Because in reality, I think these two spots are going to be the walkways in. And these two are just going to be windows. That's really what it's going to be. Alright, so now that we've got that in, let's go ahead and in fact... Let me go and make those glass panels. I'm going to make that a window so I don't forget. Yeah, we're going to go... I'm going to go with this size. Yeah, this is generally what I always do for my windows. I just take the glass, move it in, and then skadoosh, make it huge. Oh, do they have one that doesn't have a damn frame on it? They do, and there it is. Skadoosh, make it huge. That's as big as it'll go. Okay. All right. All right. All right. That's fine. Fine by me. I know what to do. I don't think I have to worry about that too much. Let me move that up. Move this one up too. Just boom. So they touch there. Alright, so here's where the fun part is going to come in. Yeah, I'm going to have to move it back. And that's fine if I have to shrink, because I'm going to put another wall kind of going back that way to cut those off. Like I said, we are going to have to move these glass panels back just so they line up correctly, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. Boom. Alright, so let's go ahead and move you back into place. Alright, there we go. Same thing with you. Moving you back in as well. So we've got that going. Alright, now then. This is what I was needing to do before. Mythology. Here it is. One, that just helps me kind of shut that down a little bit. This, I just need to extend that up. Same thing with that. Boom. Okay, so we've got that going. So those are extended. There we go. Now then, let's bring this. What are these? Besides being very intense looking. I mean, I didn't set up the rest of my wall like that, but okay. I don't mind that. That I definitely do not mind. Looks it looks a little wonky, let's be honest. It looks wonky. Let's be real, folks. Gotta be real at times, you know what I'm saying? Alright. Where's my wood? So let me get off this. Beam. That says it's thick. That's not very thick. I actually don't mind it if it was. Alright, yeah, I'm fine with that cutting because I want it to kind of appear on this other side, and yet it does not. Alright, there we go. There we go. One, two. No, that is not what I wanted to have happen, but that's okay. I was going to have to do that either way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now then. Yeah, alright, so that's through on that side, and it does not stick out up top. Boom. Three. Okay. It's gonna do that shit now. It is. It really is. That's okay. That is okay. I deal. Alright, I know how to deal. Around there it is. Alright, so there's that whole segment. Nope. Four. Nope. Alright, then we're just going to do this segment at a time. I have a feeling that's the only way I'm going to be able to. Other than that, the game's not going to like me. And really, I guess it's just my mouse clicking. Who am I kidding? It's not the game, it's my mouse. It's my mouse clicking skills, let's be honest. I know where I sit. Alright, I'm a realist. I wonder why when I hit there, it selects that one. That's what I don't understand, but maybe I'm just not meant to. Alright, I'm going to drop that in. I completely forgot. Take that to the right way. Oh crap, my trash did come today. It's Labor Day. Alright. Well done. Oh my god. Like, look at that. I'm just gonna leave it. Forget it. It's a screw up. Things happen. And deal with it. You know, that's just how you gotta do it sometimes. You just gotta deal with it. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Got windows open, created. Now it really is going to be kind of how do we notch it on that side. And a part of me does want us to do it fairly simple. Scenery theme, mythology. Obviously no beams. Alright, so if I do it like this. Which, don't get me wrong, I am fine doing. What I want to do is I'd have to come back on this side. Let's just keep it like that. And now then, yeah, it would be this roof right here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Five. I can have that there. Flat. And tell you what I would do is I'll run this one coming across this way, and this one coming across right there. And I think you'd have to do that just strictly for support purposes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That gives us 4 little sunroofs up here, which I actually don't mind. That actually looks semi-decent to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me if I am wrong. I have no problem hearing it. We're going to outline these. Yeah, it's kind of funny with where do I put these in? Because those all seem to go in the right spot. Now those do too, but look at this. So that one doesn't. I guess it's probably just because of the roofing, maybe? I don't know. I don't always ask these questions when it comes to Planet Coaster stuff and just overall video game logic. It's not my deal. Alright, so we've got those in. Good. Alright, so now that that's in, first things first I need to do is let's go ahead then not select the arch. So I'm going to select all these little pillars, because we do have to raise them up. That is a given, folks. If I do that, let me flip them over actually. And then raise. Oh, oh, oh. Boom. There we go. That looks mighty stable. Why do those feel off center? Some of them just do. I'm going to have to probably move some of these things individually. Right? Oh my god, I hate that. Stupid ass point is all the way at the top. And yeah, I said this. It is. I've mentioned it before in videos and live streams. This is always the tedious part. Not always the most fun part, but I can tell you it is the most tedious at least. So you got that going for us, right? Getting it out of the way now, you know what I'm saying? Alright. Boom. Boom. That's in. And boom. That's it. Okay. Now, I will admit, if I had probably lined this up correctly from the very beginning, I don't think this would be an issue. But I didn't, so that's kind of my fault. But you know what? See, I grabbed both on the accident there. And I hate that shit. Like I said, it's a nice feature being able to grab both axes at one time. So it's one of those, I get why they put it in, but man, sometimes it just gets annoying as hell. Alright. That's good enough for me. That's good enough for government work, as they say. You know what I mean? Alright, so we've got that one in. Now, let's go ahead, and I need to put in some pathing real quick. I'm going to go with the stamp. I'm going to go with the tiny little stamp. Yeah. I guess I probably do have to go ahead and do this anyways. I'll just have to put those little barriers in between. That's okay. I don't mind putting those barriers up. I don't even know if they really work all that well. But that will be the next thing we do. Alright, so there's that stuff is in. Now then, let's go ahead and add in a couple of our facilities. Because what I am going to do, for facility purposes, is we are going to go ahead and put a restroom up. Hold on. We're going to put a restroom up attached to the building. I'm not about to do that the other way around. Yeah, I'll put 2 restrooms there. And then over on this side, though, it's one of those, I wonder what would get more, the actual gift shop stuff or these are just a memento kind of things. I don't know. Does make you think, though. Man. No, I'm going to just put up a regular drink stand in all reality. Edit building. Facility. I'll put latte low, because you can't get coffee over at one of those places. Or a slushy. Brilliant on my part. Coffee and slushy. Just going to put these in. Same thing on this side, but I always cover those up. Alright, right here though, I'm just going to run that to that edge. That actually works. It takes out some space from everything. I do kind of like how that works out. I impressed myself there, if I'm not going to lie. Oh, wrong one. There it is. Alright, so there's those. And now then, time for, I guess normally I'd say time for the little roof pattern, but I do need to put that in at some point here. If I went 1, 2, 3, now then 3, 2, 3, 1, 2. One, two, three. That actually works. I don't, because I think once we go ahead and let's put our beams in to kind of round this thing out. Oh, I gotta come all the way over here for this shit just so I can kind of try to level this off with my beams as much as possible. Not Baram. Beam. And get rid of mythology. And here we go. Snap that one up. Yeah. It's about good enough. Close enough for government work, as they say. 1. And then about 2 right there. So I'm going to move this over to... Alright, that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I forgot to put it on the sides. So I was going to do that now. Yeah, and you can tell those are definitely way off. These, not so much. These actually look pretty decent. About there. Good enough. Alright, so let me come back to my beams again. Oh my god. And I am gonna try, let's widen those up just a little bit. Perfect. Perfection. Nope, that is not what I wanted. All right. Here we go. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel, welcome to the Labor Day live streaming fun I'm having going on as I make myself go cross-eyed working on a gift shop for now. Working on a gift shop for now in my lovely Mediterranean area. Of course, I do say it's lovely, but I am biased. I will give you myself that much credit. Boom. Just gonna make that bigger. I need to try to get it to fit in just one of these things. Nope, wrong option. There it is. Alright. Let's see if that fits across all of them. It will not, but that's okay. I'll live. Who am I to judge my own poor, shabby measurements? That's just how I roll. Boom. Alright, so we got those in. Alright, this is where the fun begins. Let's put in our gift shop. Where are you, you bastard? In reality, I think I'm probably going to put in 2, actually. So, let me do 1 right cha. Then I'm going to do another one right cha on that side. Let's add some shelves. Alright, so those are restrooms. This I'm going to cover up with floor pieces. Actually, I probably can just use the path. Which, let me do that real quick. Damn it, man. I keep catching myself off guard with this stuff. Alright. So, boom. Boom. Nope. Yeah, see, I don't like how that sticks out like that. I'll probably put floor covers over here. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? For any of y'all have never seen one of my streams, don't worry. I generally do average work. I like to boast myself as the average Planet Coaster player. Alright, so I know those are restrooms. Let me get some shelves up over here. The peeps will walk through the shelves, won't they? I think they will. I don't know for a fact, but I'm fairly certain they will. Two, three. Alright, so we got those shelves up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are restrooms inside here, so I'm trying to keep a path clear. I just don't... I'll mark them off here in a little bit. But I just wanted to make sure that, you know, they have a little bit of an option. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how many they actually let you put in. I really don't. I wish I did. I wish I did, but I don't. That's okay, though. 1, 2, 3. Three there. Yeah, part of me wants to put some here. But I think I'm going to put these umbrella case. No, that's just... It just seems weird, doesn't it? I think it does. Because this is pretty damned open space. Pretty damned open space. Alright, but I am going to take a couple of these bad boys. Put these right around my register. Yeah, I need to start putting... I'll put some of those posters up on the wall. I admit, I had finally heard my audio at one point, and I apologize for anybody that actually saw this stuff on Twitch. Those videos, like the advertisement videos, are loud as hell. My goodness, man. It is ridiculous. I'm not kidding. That is just beyond ridiculous. How loud those things are. Yeah, I'll go ahead and open it for now. Like, what the hell, why not? And I only say that just because I'm gonna put a kind of an extended counter with some planks coming running across here. So actually, before I do close that or open that one up, plank. Where's my thick ones? There they are. Yeah. I think. Oh man. Part of me thinks a wall, maybe one of these pieces. Might be more like you built a cashier register, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's shrink that down some. That thing was huge. Yeah, I'm gonna use the art shapes to put something else on top of it at that point. Um, It's a pretty big ass counter, not gonna lie. Although what I think I will actually do is put the little entry doorway into it. Maybe that'll make it seem better in my mind. Because this does seem massively excessive, does it not? I mean, yeah, let's be real. Let's be real. It's excessive. Alright, it is definitely excessive. That's just how I roll, though. Completely unproportions. Just back that in. Alright, so now I gotta come all the way back over here. In fact, this will be the easier way for me to do this. I'm going to boom. You are deleted now. I'll show you why I deleted that in just a minute. Alright, so we got that going. Got that here. Oh my god, come on. Alright, well I love how it didn't make it part of the building, but that's on, once again, that's on me. I screwed that one up, I guess. My fault. Let me run that back. Okay. So let me just group these up. Sorry. My bad, peeps. My bad. If this does move a little fat, oh my god. You know what? Whatever. I'm grouping that piece of floor segment into it. Edit scenery group. Alright. Let me take these art shapes now. What color to make it? Yeah, probably. I'm fine with actually blue the way it was. I'll go with light blue though. Yeah, here we go. 2, 3. And that actually works out fairly decent. Alright, so now this is going to be my little door hinge. So I'll just make up where that's at. Alright, let's get this going on around. Alright. I've got that going there. Alright, so let me come over to here. And Jesus. We're going to make that black. I'm going to do that again. Bring it all the way down. There we go. In fact, I can actually make it slightly bigger just to be able to fit this whole thing. Oh my God. You know what? Forget it. Forget it. I tried. I didn't try very hard, but I tried. You all saw me. Just bring this right over to you. Now I'll just slide it up into that one. Oh my God. Alright. There's that. And we are going to slide that just to right there. Oh, one more little piece. What was this? Damn, that would have been nice to have. It would have been nice to know about. Scale it on down to about yay big. See how wide that is. Ooh, good Lord. That is really wide. What size did I just pick? Oh my God. Hold on. Phone call coming in, folks. I gotta answer that real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, so now that those are in, and that was my wife calling, I'm just going to say we're going to finish this up. We're going to add in these last sections, and then I've got to deal with husbandly duties. It's just one of those things. 4, 5, 6. So there's that. Now then we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then these last little thin ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do 5. Screw it. 3 and 5. Those are in. Now these folks too will get their own set of postcard things to do. And yeah, I think that's probably gonna be it for now. I think, let me go ahead and open up these. And let me put the signs on them. Shop signs. Latte. That's huge. Not bad. Boom. Latte love. Slush. Boom. Alright, so there's that end. Alright, so another little detail I need to put in here while we do finish this up. No, not solid. There we go. Oh, it's this one, isn't it? Yep. One, two, three, four. Grid height. Two separate building. Slide that on over. That sticks out. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to find a different way to do that. For sure. In fact, I think I know what I am gonna do just for now. Just run that across. Alright, that actually looks pretty damn decent for us. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind it. It's going to need a little bit more decoration on the outside, of course. But we'll be doing that kind of as we finish stuff off here in this area. I might be hopping on later today. So definitely be ready to join us later this afternoon as we continue kind of getting this area built up and finished. And then, yeah, I look forward to seeing y'all in the next live stream whenever we are on. Feel free to check out our videos of building a different park and a couple other parks in Planet Coaster on the channel here at Champ and Sons. Definitely hit the subscribe button if y'all haven't hit it, guys. I will see y'all in the next time. So as always, everybody, stay safe, and well, y'all know how it goes from here, right? Later, y'all.